Football isn't always about who spends the most. Sometimes it's about who spends the smartest. These are the stories of players who arrived for pocket change and left as immortals. In the summer of 2012, Leicester City were a mid-table championship side when they walked into a non-league club and paid exactly £1 million for a striker who had once worked in a factory making medical splints. His name was Jamie Vardy. 4 years later, that same man was sprinting the length of the pitch, champagne in hand, as Leicester lifted the Premier League trophy against 5,000 to 1 odds. 1 million became a fairy tale. 1 year before Vardy's miracle, Leicester did it again, twice. From a little-known French club, Cannes, they signed a quiet defensive midfielder for 5.6 million. N'Golo Kanté smiled a lot, covered every blade of grass, and single-handedly made the impossible possible. The following summer, Chelsea paid £32 million for him, a 500% profit, and Kanté just kept winning titles. But the crown jewel of that Leicester side cost even less. Riyad Mahrez, transfer fee £400,000. That's less than the price of a luxury car. Mahrez danced past defenders like they were training cones, won PFA Player of the Year, and 5 years later walked to Manchester City for 60 million. From £400K to 60 million pounds. Do that math again, slowly. Rewind to 1991. Manchester United needed a goalkeeper. They flew to Denmark and signed Peter Schmeichel for £505,000. In today's money, that's less than 2 million. Schmeichel went on to win 5 Premier Leagues, a Champions League in 1999, with that treble, and is still called the greatest goalkeeper the Premier League has ever seen. In 1991, a skinny left winger arrived at Arsenal from Juventus for 11 million. Arsène Wenger said, "I've bought Thierry Henry, but I feel like I've bought Henry the unknown." Henry became the Invincibles king, with 4 golden boots, 2 Premier Leagues, and the statue outside the Emirates. In 2000, an 18-year-old kid from Sporting Lisbon caught Sir Alex Ferguson's eye. Cristiano Ronaldo cost 12.2 million. He left 6 years later for 80 million, and then became the greatest goalscorer in the history of the game. Mohamed Salah completed a move of 34 million plus add-ons to Liverpool. These aren't just good deals, these are heists. Factory worker to Premier League champion, non-league to Champions League nights. £400,000 to 60 million. Every once in a while, the beautiful game reminds us, greatness doesn't check the price tag on its way in the door. Sometimes the biggest legends cost the least, and that, more than anything, is why we'll never stop falling in love with football.